Tonight on Grilling with the Guru, we're doing a little take on some Veal Marsala and going international with a little Mexican street corn.
Yeah.
Grilling with the Guru starts
Right now! Hey guys, welcome back to Grilling with the Guru. Kurt,
Okay.
Veal Marsala, but we're doing a pork tenderloin.
Yeah,
Because
look,
you know, veal's kind of hard to find.
Veal's a little hard to find and it's pricey.
You got to bring your cash.
So, hey, what do we like to do? We like to show you what you can do with stuff you have on hand or that's readily available.
And it's a budget.
It's a value item.
Yeah,
And I mean, look,
you're
it
not gonna
really
break
is,
the bank.
it's tough to beat pork tenderloin.
Oh, it's
so
delicious.
good. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And it's low in fat and it's going to be fantastic with this preparation. We was, I told you, my wife and I was eating at an Italian restaurant.
You were inspired.
I was inspired. I said, boy, that's good. I'll bet you we can make that a little better.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to give that a shot. And then we're going to...
Got some beautiful corn. Corn's in season.
Corn's in season right now, so
Yeah.
cook with what's in season, guys.
That's right.
So we have this beautiful fresh corn. We're going to grill that up, and we're going to roll it around in some spices and cheeses and make some Mexican sweet
And the
corn.
baby bella sliced up. What's that for?
That's for our marsala. One of the key
Oh.
ingredients of marsala is mushrooms, and a lot of them, and we got a lot of them.
Oh, I'm gonna have to call my wife in between breaks because this right here
That's all.
is right up her alley.
That's all her.
That's right.
All right. And we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to add some freshness to it. I love little tomatoes.
The cherry tomato.
Love little cherry tomatoes.
And
So,
look at
hey,
all the pretty colors.
yeah,
yo.
that's right. There's little different varieties, and it adds. They don't necessarily taste too much different than regular cherry tomatoes. They just look different. These are a little tart, but that's okay. And but I like adding that layer of freshness to that. What you got there? Bought some queso fresco.
What? What are we gonna do with that?
We're gonna make our street corn with that. Our Mexican street corn is gonna be with it, and a little Parmesan cheese. We're gonna switch that up too.
Okay.
Man.
So we can't say all this food
All this stuff.
without giving props to who?
Champagnes.
Champagne's a food sponsor, y'all.
Shop local, shop champagnes, and I'm gonna something else too. Watch, I shared this with the guys while I was out there today.
Show them that.
I will. While I
'Cause
was out there-
you were just shopping.
I was just shopping. I was getting stuff for the show.
You ate that before.
No, and they had a little display table, and they had this stuff right here. So I got to try.
And what's that?
So she said it's a chipotle. It's a spread. It's cheddar cheese with a chipotle like dressing on it. So I'll give it a shot, and I'm sure glad I did because it is delicious. And
I
champ-
had some, y'all. It was pretty good.
and when you look around champagnes, you find little things like this that they make in house.
Yeah, so if you're going to a party or a supper club and they want you to bring a little side dish
Something for
or
the
a finger
kids.
food,
Something for the kids after school or after ball or whatever,
Right.
just to have something in the refrigerator or for whatever reason. They have all kind of things like this. Plus they have fantastic selection of cheeses and wines, and we could take the whole 30 minutes talking about
yeah,
champagne.
but we got things
got to
do.
get to it,
We
so-
got to get to work. So look, let's go ahead and throw it the break.
Yep, we're gonna clean
start.
up. Yep.
We're gonna clean up. We're gonna show you how to cut these. How big to cut these pork tenderloins
Yep.
in. Now, what they don't do in a restaurant, whether it's veal or pork, they don't grill it over a wood fire before they put it in the pan.
No, matter of fact, what they normally do, and I'll explain to you the process, but they fry it. We ain't gonna fry it.
Fry it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no frying going on.
We ain't frying. We
We're all
grilling over hardwood fire.
on the Cajun grill,
It's
man.
gonna be delicious. So look,
All right.
come back and see us.
Y'all
guys.
don't go nowhere. Y'all gonna like this one.
Look at him playing in his own.
Look, I
Hey
like.
guys, welcome back to the show.
You know what this is?
What is that?
But that's some olive oil
Yep,
and some of your seasoning
yep,
and a little bit extra kosher salt.
yes sir.
And what we're gonna do with that, we're gonna take this beautiful corn on the cob.
Fresh.
We're gonna roll that in the seasoned blend and we're gonna put it right on the grill.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Get
Is
to
that
it,
all right
get
with
to
you?
it. Yes sir.
All
Is that all right with me?
Let's
Come
do
on,
it.
baby.
All right, what you gonna do?
We got a beautiful, we're gonna talk about this beautiful pork tenderloin. I got caught up in the corn. We got this beautiful pork tenderloin. Like I said, we're doing pork tenderloin marsala, right? Version of veal marsala. And so we're gonna take this beautiful pork tenderloin and we're gonna cut it into steaks or medallions or cutlets if you want. And then we're gonna grill them. But we're not gonna cook them. We're just gonna perfume them. We're gonna mark them up on the grill, get some nice smoke, hardwood smoke flavor in there. We're gonna finish cooking them in the pan, and that really is key because despite the fat you see on, that's the only fat in here. There's no internal muscular fat,
Yeah.
and that's a big deal. So if you cook these things to done, then you put them in the sauce, it's gonna be like eating shoe leather, and it's gonna be very dry. So we want to time this right to where it's at the level of doneness we want, but still retains its moisture. So boy, that was a whole lot of words to say. We're just not going to cook it very long on the grill. So how wide? About 2 fingers. We're going to cut it about 2 fingers wide like that. Oh, don't. Just right through. Now, I'm going to show y'all something that you may or may not want to take care of. Right here. See that thin, not the fat. There's a thin line. That's some connective tissue that's on the outside, underneath the fat layer, but before the muscle layer. They call it silver skin. It's a tendon. If you want to trim that off, you can, but I don't want to sacrifice the fat. So I'm going to leave it, and we'll just deal with it as we go. So 2 fingers, right? So it's about an inch thick, maybe a little less, 3/4, like that. And we're going to cut our tenderloin up into cutlets. Normally, when for veal scallopini, they take cutlets like this,
right,
and then they pound them out.
Yeah.
They get a hammer after them, bang, 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 bang,
We're
to
not
a
doing
quarter
that.
of an inch. And they call that a scallopini, and it's for a reason. It cooks very quickly, and that's great. But then they dredge it through flour, and then they fry it in the pan, and then they take that out, and then they put the mushrooms in the pan, and they take that out, and then they deglaze with, excuse me, Marsala wine. Then they add everything back. Well, the breading gets real soft and soggy, and look, that's what the dish is going for.
At my house, my mom used to say we call that veal cutlets.
There's veal cutlets, that's exactly right.
Right.
But we're not doing that.
No.
First of all, we're not gonna fry, we're gonna grill, because we do not wanna pass up the chance to get some of that beautiful smoked flavor in there. And I think it's gonna turn out just as good, if not better, because once that breading gets all gummy, kind of a weird sensation.
Texture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is it's an Italian deal.
It's an Italian dish.
right
Yep,
here. So
yep.
we got many different Italian dry seasonings.
Yes.
We
that
got
we're gonna
oregano,
use. Yep, we have oregano, we have
rosemary.
I picked this up at Champagne's. It's a Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. And look, guys, if you're watching your salt intake, this is a great way to get a lot of flavor without much salt. And I know it's a prepared seasoning, but Mrs. Dash, the company, they use really good stuff.
Right.
So I have no problem using this. And say, look, oh, I cheated.
Well,
I
is that really
cheated.
cheating?
And when it came down to it, the price of this for the amount of garlic I got and not having to peel it was a lot more appealing than having to sit down and break down a head of garlic. So it's a convenience item. It's a little bit more than buying raw garlic, than buying unpeeled garlic, whole garlic
So
heads.
being that it's already been peeled, they say don't get minced garlic because it loses all its flavor.
Right, this is ready to go.
This hasn't lost its flavor.
It hasn't lost its flavor because you haven't broken the pod down yet.
Right.
So
Okay.
all the cell walls are still intact. All the oil's still in there, and you can't smell, but we can smell.
Oh yeah, it
So
smells like garlic to me.
It smells like garlic. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm just grabbing a little olive oil here. I don't see anything wrong with it. For if you're busy, as we all are, and you're looking for ways to retain great flavor, but save time, it's hard.
That's one way.
That's
to do
one
it.
way to do it. You know.
Now, could you roast your garlic and use like a roasted garlic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you? When I do roasted garlic, I do a whole pan at a time and I freeze it.
And you save it. That way
Yep.
you ain't gotta do it.
So I could go to the well. And you may be asking yourself, well, go ahead, Smarty Pants, why you don't have that right now? Because I'm out.
Look, our viewers are plentiful, but they're very sympathetic people.
Yes, they
They
are.
understand.
We got the best views in TV land
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Growing by the show.
by the show. If you haven't gone to our Facebook page and liked this yet, please do. We have fans from all over the country, and we'd love for you to be one. We have all of our shows are posted there.
They got some couillons on there too, though.
As well they should.
That might be my relatives. I don't know about yours.
I guarantee you some of mine. But there's a lot of. It's not just our shows. We have discussions on the Facebook page. We talk about. I post articles to different types of grilling techniques and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. We like it. So we're doing this. This is what I call Cajun seasoning. Sometimes I do this in the kitchen sink.
It's like tossing bread.
Actually, most of the time I do this in the kitchen sink. So, just nice even distribution. And if you would open that lid for me, we're going down. We're going to put them down.
Why are you doing that? Watch, I'm gonna roll that corn one time.
Now, guys, we got the grill. We got the Cajun grill at about 4 1/4 right now,
Yeah, it's a medium to upper end heat.
and that's exactly what we want because we want it. We
Can you
want.
hear the sear?
Yeah, you can hear the sear. You can see
Can you
the.
hear that, Matt?
You
My
can see the
face is
smoke
about-
coming up.
My face is getting hot.
Yeah, you can hear that, and you can see the smoke coming up, which is what we want. We want that. We want that smoke flavor more than
That's
anything
the
else.
Love.
And if we could get a little char, we want that too because that's going to add to our flavor.
That's right.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
You wash your hands. So look, guys, we brought y'all how many shows so far this year?
This is we've 10 done. This is number 11.
This is
no, I'm sorry. This
12.
This is 12.
It's number 12.
I'm sorry,
So look,
this is 12.
If you like the shows you've been seeing, but you have some suggestions on something that we haven't covered yet, that it's a family recipe or just something
You
that
saw in a
maybe-
restaurant.
Right, you ate something or you saw something on a national show and you said, I wonder if them two Cajuns can duplicate that. Bring it on. So
Or can they Cajuниze it? I guarantee you we can.
we can definitely do that. So yeah, we're always looking for ideas to try something different, try something new, and especially if it's something that's coming from some people that love our show, even the better. So y'all either email us or call the store, call Kurt at Iberia Bank, call the station, KDCG,
Go on our Facebook page and leave us a note.
somewhere.
And
We're easy to find.
We easy. Yeah, we don't run.
Yeah, we're not in Boston. We
No.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Right here. But listen, hey, we're gonna take another little break.
Yeah, because this has got to progress a little bit.
Yeah, we got to do a little bit of cooking. So while y'all go away, we're gonna tend to this, and when y'all come back, we're gonna start building that sauce. Sauce it, and then we're gonna be tending to our corn. And it's gonna be good.
It's
I'm telling
smelling
you.
good.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be good.
Smelling good.
Come back, see us, guys.
Kurt, you smell that?
I smell it, baby.
It's like music, bro. It's just,
Sure is.
Oh, okay. So look, back to earth. We on camera. Okay, so look, you flipped the pork. Beautiful. Matt was even like, oh my God, look at that, how pretty.
Oh, baby.
Corn's looking good. We're gonna roll that in a second, but we're gonna sear. You
Yep.
put some nice crisscross marks on there.
Yeah, just because I wanted to. I love doing
45,
that.
45.
45, 45. All
Okay,
right.
so next is gonna be.
Yeah, let's talk about our sauce a little bit.
Let's
How we're
talk
gonna
about
how
the
we're gonna
sauce.
build our sauce. We're gonna use a nice big cast iron vessel that we're gonna put on the fire and get hot. And anytime you could use stock, I encourage you to use stock. Traditional Veal Marsala uses a beef demi-glaze or a veal demi-glaze, which is a highly reduced stock. We're not gonna go quite all that. We have a nice little beef stock right here that we're gonna use just to enhance our flavor. I know it's pork, but it'll be okay. It'll be fine.
Right.
If we had pork stock, we'd use pork stock.
There's no such thing, huh?
Yes, of course
There
there is.
is?
You can make stock out of anything.
Anything. Okay.
Anything. And but the star of the show is these wonderful earthy portobello baby bella mushrooms.
I want to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Because like my wife, she said, I like baby bellas, but I love my little
White button mushrooms.
You can use that instead?
You could use whatever you want. You
Yeah.
could use whatever you want. White button mushrooms are fine. I like the baby bellas because they have a flavor on their own.
Right.
White button mushrooms, kind of bland. You know, they don't have really a strong flavor on their own.
Right.
So I like to use these, but you can use whatever mushrooms you want.
Yeah.
Chanterelles or whatever you find. Shiitakes, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna, the way we're gonna do our sauce is once we take the pork off, we're gonna put our pan on and get it hot. We're gonna put a little butter and a little olive oil. We're gonna saute. Now, traditional Marsala does not use onions. I love using onions.
Why wouldn't you use onions?
I don't know. So
mean,
we're gonna use onions and garlic.
You got to.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna brown it, and then we're gonna put our mushrooms in. We're gonna get those cooked, and then we're gonna deglaze with the Marsala wine and with our beef stock. We're gonna thicken things up, and then we're gonna reintroduce our pork to get it to our doneness, and right.
Now we're just going to serve that by itself with
By
the
itself,
corn.
you could serve it. Yeah.
You
Now,
can come on top of that with some pasta if
You
you
could
want
do
to.
pasta. You could serve it on toasted
And
bread.
if you're Cajun, you can put that on some rice.
You know what? You know what I just happened to pick up when I was at Champagne's?
What you got?
A French bread.
Oh, we're gonna slice some
Yeah,
French bread,
yeah,
put
yeah,
that on
yeah,
top,
yeah.
let the bread cook
Yeah, I
it.
think that's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
if I had
man.
to guess, and I do, so yeah.
And it wasn't a planned thing.
Well,
Kinda.
look, I don't go to Champagne's without getting the French bread.
French bread
You got to
every
get the French
time.
bread every time.
All right.
So that's kind of how that's gonna go. And then we were talking about our corn. We're
What
gonna
you called that, street corn?
Yeah, Mexican street corn, right? So whenever we're gonna take our two cheeses here, we have some queso fresco and we have some shredded Parmesan. and we're gonna blend those two. This crumbles. We're gonna crumble this up. We're gonna blend those two. We're gonna season it, and when the hot corn comes off the grill, we're gonna roll it in that cheese, and it's gonna get all in the nooks and crannies.
I love it.
And it's gonna be good, and it's gonna melt and be. If you've never had Mexican street corn, we're gonna show you how to make it today. It's gonna be fantastic.
Now
That stuff
the
is good.
secret, see how we're getting a little bit of black mark?
That's what you want. Yeah,
But
you
I'm
want
gonna
that caramelized.
Over here, it's not as hot, so I'm gonna move
Move them on over.
I'm gonna put them right over the direct fire.
We can take that pork off because we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish.
All right, bro.
We marked them and we got a little perfume in them. Well, I could eat them just like that,
Well, I know, and what's beautiful about this, whenever you're doing pork in stages of cooking,
right?
like we're doing right now, which I do a lot when I'm doing like the grits and grillades and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes,
You
yes.
take the pork off, and you better have a pretty deep little dish because while it's resting, you're gonna have some of the most beautiful natural juices.
Little au jus.
That plate's gonna be full of juice.
But it's not gonna go to waste.
Oh no, we can put that in the sauce.
Absolutely, we will. We got us a plate of pork right here, Bubba.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at that, man. That's pretty. Golly.
Yeah, I'm gonna move that for you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So look, hey, we'll go to break, come back, and we're gonna be building sauces and turning street corn. That sounds like something almost bad, turning street.
I wish y'all were
Anyway.
here, really.
Yeah. Oh, come back, see us, guys. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Keith, look, there's hardly anything on the table.
Where's all the food at?
I think we know where the food is.
It's on the grill.
Come see, guys. Look at this. Huh? Are you kidding me?
The corn cooked to perfection.
Oh, yeah.
The Marsala sauce, we kind of tasted it. Unbelievable.
Matter of fact, go ahead and drop them tomatoes
gonna-
in there if you would, please,
Just
sir.
gonna sprinkle these in here.
And then,
Okay, so I know you told them about the sauce, but now that
Yeah.
we got it on camera and they see the finished product, you want to tell them the stages one more time real quick?
sure. So what we did was we grilled, if you remember, we grilled our pork tenderloin cutlets just enough to perfume them and mark them.
Pulled them off.
Pull them off, and then we introduced our pan. We started with some olive oil. We sauteed our onions,
Onion,
garlic. Then we added a little bit of whole butter, unsalted, and then we put our mushrooms. We put 1 pound of
Baby Bella.
Baby Bella. Yeah, baby Bella mushrooms.
Sauteed them down to where they were soft.
Cooked them till they were soft. Then we deglazed with Marsala wine and beef stock.
That's
Right. Then we thickened with a little cornstarch and water, and we reintroduced our pork with all those drippings you said was going to be at the bottom of the plate.
Now I know where pork stock comes from.
That's where it comes from, that and some bones. And I always like to finish off anything that's rich with a little bit of acid, and this is fresh lemon juice, but you could use a drizzle of balsamic vinegar.
Right.
You could use apple cider vinegar. You could use whatever you want that would be acidic, okay? So we're just gonna kind of move this around a little bit. Man, if y'all could just smell.
The first pow I got in that sauce was the rosemary.
Yeah,
And
Rosemary's-
then everything else started coming through.
rosemary is a prominent herb. And you see, this is just, this is the way it's supposed to come together, guys. Okay, this is the right color. That's exactly what you're looking for right there. That's the color, right? Could you use fresh herbs? Absolutely. Absolutely you could, and now it's the season. We got, oh look, some French, how about that, huh?
I bet
How
you
about
it's
that?
perfect too.
It's almost perfect. You know what we need to do? We need to take this corn off and roll it in the cheese.
Let's show them how to do that.
Let's do it. Let's get us some tongs, and we have us a platter right there.
Yeah,
So
Bubba.
look, you just take your hot corn, you drop it right in, press, and roll.
And
Press.
tell them again what kind of cheese that
This
was.
is some queso fresco and some Parmesan cheese with some seasoning, and you just want the heat of the corn to do the work. Oh,
That's
sorry,
all right.
I was going in the wrong
That's all right.
wrong one.
I'll bring
And
them
we're
to
just
you.
going to continue to do that, just like that. Ooh, you hear that crackle?
Oh, when we had them on the grill, browning them like that, they were popping like popcorn, bro.
Just like that, guys. Real easy. And this is super simple. It took about 15 minutes to cook the corn from start to finish. It took about half hour. It's going to be about a half hour to cook the Marsala.
So, I mean, from beginning to end, you're
From
talking
beginning-
about an hour
About an hour.
at
Yeah.
the most.
That's
prep
yeah.
time and everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So this is easily a dish that you could prepare on a weeknight, no problem. and so delicious and very good. And like we said in the beginning, pork tenderloin is readily, look at this. Lay that right in, no, you got it right. You're doing exactly what's supposed to be done. Lay that right in there. Yes, indeed.
We're talking about, serving this over rice, serving it over pasta. We're going to serve it over this beautiful French bread.
So we use, now this is fresh corn, corn's in season, but you know what? If you want to do this off season, they have very high quality frozen ears of corn. You could do it with that.
Oh yeah.
So don't be, just because corn's, we like to cook with what's in season, but with technology today, we can, doesn't that smell fantastic? Huh? It just smells, yeah, it's just good. It just smells good. Yeah, sometimes you know things are going to be good. It just smells good.
So we're gonna let the cherry. But you don't want to cook them down to where they're like mashed.
No, you want to just get them warm through. You could split them and put them in there if you wanted to, but I like to keep them whole. I like to have them kind of pop, whenever I eat them. But it's basically done. It's just a level of doneness. And for the pork, you want to get it to about 160 degrees internal, more if necessary. But we're gonna take what's in that pot and put it on that bread.
So we talked about the ingredients, we talked about the technique, how we're doing it over the grill instead of in the kitchen, all this other stuff. We touched on how this is really not a high budget. This isn't a budget busting.
Not at all.
I mean, your pork tenderloin is what, about $20?
It wasn't that much. That was a 4.5 pound pork tenderloin. I paid $17 for.
Okay, $17. Corn, cheese, bread. You're probably into this for about what, $45, $50?
Yes, and really for a family of 4, this would make 2 meals. Because that much pork, you're not eating that all in one setting.
That's right.
We cooked it all because we know where it's going to go.
How many of you been to a restaurant? No, don't have to mention the name, but you spent over $100, $150. That's without the drinks. That's just for like you and your family of 4 or 6 or whatever. Right. And you left that restaurant going, you know what? It just really wasn't worth that,
It was good, but it wasn't that good.
Right.
You do something like this, this is something you would easily pay good money for in a restaurant, right?
Right.
But you're making it at the home, you're making it on the patio. It's been great patio weather.
But the other thing is that you could probably be in the kitchen with your kids while they may be doing their homework or just talking about how their day went. So it's good quality time.
Maybe showing them how to cook
on the patio.
This is a perfect dish to start with because it doesn't take that long to prep, and the cooking process is very easy. But you got a lot of fundamentals.
Oh yeah.
So hey, last break. When you come back, it's à la manger, baby.
It's time to eat. That's what he just said in French. That's what I'm saying.
Come back and see us, guys.
Don't go nowhere. Ready? Dude, look.
It's a fork drop moment, baby.
Dude, we ain't dropping the mic. We're dropping the fork. Same intention, bruh. This is crazy, y'all.
Look. It all happened the way we hoped it would.
And
pork tenderloin marsala with some fresh cherry tomatoes. We topped it off. We always like to finish with a little fresh lemon juice and some fresh greens. A little, come here. Come to Papa.
Keep talking.
A little Italian flat leaf parsley chopped up, okay? And then we have the beautiful Mexican street corn. We grilled the corn, got some good color on it, got it nice and hot, and then we just rolled it and pressed it into queso fresco and Parmesan cheese seasoned with dry seasoning. And if you could just smell.
All right, let's take them out. Let's put them out there measuring.
Come here.
Watch this, y'all.
Wow. It's good, yeah. It's really, you can do this, guys. You can do this.
Mm-hmm. And if you do this, invite us over. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
Bon?
Oh, man. That's worth the price of admission by itself. Excuse me for talking with my mouth full.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody care about that. Ooh,
isn't that delicious? And it's so simple. The corn's roasted and it's caramelized, and you get the saltiness from the cheese. The queso fresco is smooth, and the Parmesan is pungent. Just a great. These two things match perfectly together. You could easily serve this over pasta, but we're out of time. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Grilling with the Guru. Thank you, Champagnes.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Ooh,
Champagne.
Mr. Champagne, you'd be so proud of what we did with your tenderloin. Be sure, hey, next show, it's our season finale.
That's it.
So you don't want to miss that, and you sure don't want to miss this.
We're having fun, baby.
See you next time, guys.